Hi, good evening. I'd like to welcome you to Poem Praise 2. I do thank you for tuning in. We are going to get right back into the Black Woman's Guide to Understanding the Black Man. We are now in take 31, and the chapter that we're on, do you know which chapter we're on? Have you been viewing the different takes I've been doing? Okay. You want to know? You really want to know? Okay, yeah, we're on chapter 6. This is take 31. Now let's go ahead and get to it. And it goes like this. Unless there is a sale, they pay the price marked and get their receipt and leave the store smiling. Black men vendors say this puts them in precarious positions because they are often forced to reduce their products to a no profit price in order to do business with their own kind. They say they are trying to make a living like any other man in business and offer their wares at fair prices for their special interest consumer markets. But they can't afford to give their inventory away at wholesale prices to retail customers. They say blacks treat them like they are trying to rip off the public or something. Black men vendors say they are equally disturbed that black organizations offer them both space at their conventions and meetings and charge them hefty fees, sometimes up to $1,000 or more, but make no plans or efforts to direct their conventioners to their vending stands, usually located in the same building or close proximity to their conferences. They charge the host of these conventions with allowing the hotels to offer their attendees free bus trips to white shopping malls, or trade centers to ignore their presence. So offer them free trips to get them somewhere else so that they can't spend their money with the vendors. They say they believe that the organizers of these conventions are obligated to make sure they receive enough exposure in their literature and by signs and advertisement to make sure they can earn a profit on their booth space investment. The organization charges them for the space and the hotel charges them for the tables, chairs, lighting, ashtrays, or any other display item they may need. They also have their travel, costs, food, lodging, inventory, and other regular expenses attached to their roving lifestyle. So they want more accountability and cooperation from the black organization who solicit their money for booth space to add an extra flair of activity to their conventions. These are not unreasonable requests. Black men vendors regrettably, report that they have a high occurrence of shoplifting, stealing from their display tables, mostly by other blacks. The black man's overriding problem is that he has made his main challenge in life to be trying to win acceptance and approval from the whites. His major goal in life is to prove to the white people that he is just as good as they are and deserving of having what they have. These are harsh realities that will deny to his dying day, which according to government statistics is not too far off if he keeps behaving like he is now. He acts like his only obstacle in life is to convince whites to accept him as an equal. And he has the delusional idea that anything he tries to do, which is not sanctioned or endorsed by the government, will fail miserably. He wants their blessing. He wants their jobs. And he wants their women. Oh, he can talk freely about the natural equality of all mankind, but he sees the white man as Mount Everest, the biggest stumbling block he has ever known of, and he feels like a molehill digging around at the bottom. When he works on one of their jobs, no matter how much he earns, he knows he hates having to jump to work every time the boss walks in. And he detests having to speak extra nicely to the big boss of the company every time he encounters him or her. He deplores the fact that if his boss or supervisor shows up, he has to act like he's busy even if there's nothing to do. He can't even report that his job doesn't keep him busy enough because he is afraid he'll be required to do more work for the same salary. He is trying to do as little as possible and use up a lot of his concentration powers trying to figure out how to work slower or get out of doing certain tasks on the job. He only feels this way because it is not his job. He is a guest employee when he works on a job created, owned, and operated by another nationality. When a man works for himself, he is always willing to go the extra mile so he gets more done and ultimately makes more money. The black man acts like he has been hypnotized into being an employee instead of an employer. Black men do not want to pay child support. Supplying money to pay for what they consider unnecessary needs for their children, especially if they have more than one, is not a priority to them. They take no special pride in knowing that they are supporting their own seed. In fact, if there is any way they can get out of doing anything for their children, they will do so. These days, the courts have new rulings to track them down, garnish their wages, take it out of their tax refunds, arrest them, put liens on their car or property to make them finance the lives of children they created with their own sperm and blood. If he and the child's mother do not have an active ongoing relationship, it is rare that he will support his baby on his own. His attitude is that the federal or state welfare or food subsidy availability lets him off the hook. He would rather see his woman on welfare or wait and see if her new man will assume responsibility for his babies. He thinks that by paying child support that he is doing the baby mother a favor or letting her rule him in some way. He doesn't realize that he should be ashamed to have the white man haul him into court because he refuses to take care of his baby. He is detached mentally from his seed and is content to let the government be the providing father for his children. Sometimes he gets with another woman and does more for her children than he does for his own. He behaves as if there is some magic wand that a black mother can wave to provide for her children without his help. What is to happen when the welfare and food stamp budget runs out. Who is to take care of the children then? And where are all the black fathers who sired almost 500,000 non-white children rotting in orphanages? And how can a black man consider himself sane and go about his daily life so happy-go-lucky, dressing in the finest clothes and driving the best cars, while denying his seed time and money? Those are just some questions to put out there while we wrap up chapter 6, because this did just wrap up chapter 6 of employment. And that's why I'm going to just leave that chapter on. It's just some Not so much of a question me asking myself, but possibly just some if you're listening, a rhetorical question for you to ask yourself. So to me, to you, on Poem Praise too. Or to others, you might like, share, subscribe, send to your friends. Now, I'm going to give you a preview of what chapter 7 is going to be about. It's going to be about recreation. Yeah, I slowed it down for that purpose. To recreate. Shun. Recreation. I almost thought about some recreation for a nation. To all of us mothers of civilization, what we gonna do? Gotta do something. Can't just sit around and do nothing. Gotta get something happen. Let's get it cracking. Every day, all day. Something to do. Now here, that's going to be on the future take 32. Make sure that's going to be right. That is correct. Take 32 is going to be coming up. We're going to be starting chapter 7. So, I want you to be blessed. Peace and blessings be upon you and your family this day, this night, this afternoon, whatever time you're listening to this. Peace and blessings. Let it rain down, shower down upon you and your family too. So until next time, certainly want you to keep your heads up. Read. If you have no time to read, certainly just tune in. Listen to the words be read to you, and we read right along together. Okay? All right. I think I'm done for this take, and I'm going to go ahead and get into the rest of the evening. So until I talk to you again, peace upon you. Okay? All right. Later, y'all.